Okay, so we're back to problems with the tap water from this tap. And this faucet, was replaced just a week ago. The water was fine for a few days, and now it is consistently extremely oily, thick, greasy, and slimy once again. It was fine 2 days ago when the inspector from the inspectional services showed up. The water from this tap was suddenly perfectly clear, normal consistency, normal feel. You could actually drink it and not get sick. Now it's back to being so oily that it literally creates oil and grease on everything that you try to rinse with it. I've been going down the hall to the common bathroom throughout the morning. The water from that tap is not oily or greasy or slimy. So somebody is somehow managing to affect the safety, consistency, molecular, makeup and molecular properties of this water. This is not water. It is oil with water in it. It is so greasy that my hand right now is just, it's like baby oil. I suspect that there could be somebody that is, using some type of device, a valve, let's say, against some part of the intake pipe to this sink, as I keep saying, and dumping whatever filth they want into the water from this tap that also the pipe leads into this bathroom. So the water from my bathroom tap is also oily and greasy. Wow, this is so slimy. I literally have to rinse my hands now somewhere else to get rid of the oil and grease, and it's like slime. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's extremely slimy. This water needs to be tested. And the Greenville group refuses to respond to any emails that I send them about the water being tested. It costs about $250 to do a panel test for unknown chemicals or unknown bacterial contaminants. They don't want to pay that, obviously, because they're just cheap, negligent criminal slumlords who don't want to take responsibility for the dysfunction in their building that is often created by the tenants that they rent to. In this case, is Jasmine Irizarry, the psychopath sex offender and, quote, surveillance expert, according to Mr. Eliseyev, her handler here at the Greenville Group, who also claims to be a structural engineer who solves problems. Irizarry herself on social media has admitted to contaminating the water to my unit because I made a comment and she said, oh, that's not correct. It's not a valve. Well, then what is it? If it's not a valve, then you seem to know exactly what it is that is causing the filth, slime, and stink, foul-smelling stench that is making my tap water extremely unsafe and impossible to use safely and consistently, right? So let's go down the hall to the common bathroom because Irizarry seems to have a problem with the fact that I keep saying it's a valve. And she gets really defensive when I say that it's a valve because she corrects me on social media and says, it's not a valve. Okay. I still think it's a valve. What else could it be? How else do you pump stuff into an intake pipe for a plumbing system? Okay, this water is actually fine. It doesn't feel slimy or thick or oily or greasy. No, this water is fine. Maybe a little bit of a residue, but nothing like what's happening in my apartment right now. Nothing could have a little bit of a residue, but that water seems mostly okay. It's absolutely not even 1/3 as greasy and slimy as the crap that is coming out of the taps of my apartment right now. I mean, that is just, you can't use the water from this unit right now. It is not safe. Holy shit. I mean, it's just so thick. It's not water. It's like oil with water, a little bit of water mixed in it. It's so slimy that I literally just have to wipe my hand off. It's just gross. This is gross. I mean, I don't even know what that is. It doesn't smell weird, so it must just be some kind of baby oil or something. But again, all that anybody needs to do in order to access the intake pipe to a certain sink or shower or tap is to place a saddle valve against that pipe. You just puncture it. Saddle valves can be purchased at any hardware store for maybe $18. You attach a nozzle to the saddle valve, and you can pump whatever you want into that nozzle, and boom, you can contaminate the water to any tap, to any sink, to any bathroom, to any kitchen. All you need is access to the pipe, and whoever keeps making banging and slamming noises against the wall to this tap, and has been doing so for 10 years, is the person who has access to that pipe, the intake pipe. As I keep mentioning in my videos, in June of 2019, Jasmine Irizarry, a known psychopath, registered sex offender, and self-admitted structural engineer, engaged in some extensive plumbing work against the pipes to this tap and to the rest of my bathroom on a Sunday afternoon, again, in June of 2019. And when I reported the extensive plumbing work, it went on for like 2 hours. I thought that they were drilling holes into my pipes, which maybe they were. The Greenville group said, oh, we don't work on Sundays, and we don't have any knowledge of any plumbing work being done in the bathroom of 78. And that's when the water to this tap started to suddenly smell really foul. This is so greasy. I mean, I'm running it because I'm trying to get the grease out. This water needs to be tested. I mean, this is disgusting. I have to spray my hands down with rubbing alcohol now. I don't know what kind of contamination or filth that happens to be right there. Yeah, I mean, my hands are covered with alcohol, and the alcohol is actually less slimy than the water. So the water has oil in it. It doesn't smell like anything. There's no stench. There's no odor. So it's probably just baby oil or something. Again, because Irizarry, the resident of 78, located directly behind this wall, 5 years ago in June, engaged in approximately 2 hours worth of extensive plumbing work against the pipes to this sink that then affected the water to the rest of my bathroom. You know, whatever happened that day. Oh, look, now there's barely any water coming out. Wow, this is full maximum volume right here. There's also problems with the regulation of the hot and cold water for this tap. So sometimes it's all hot or all cold. And when I'm in the middle of using it, it'll suddenly like go all hot or all cold for no reason. That's a problem. There's also a giant leak underneath the sink, and that has nothing to do with anything that I am or am not doing. But as you can see, there's all kinds of just, check out how much water is like accumulating under here, and Greenville's doing absolutely nothing. Look at all this water. This is coming from either this pipe or that valve, but I don't even know how to fix it. It has been cited as a code violation 3 days ago by Inspectional Services. Look at all this water. That is not me doing anything. That is the Greenville group not having a functioning plumbing system for the sink. And somebody keeps somehow pumping really greasy, slimy, oily residue into the water to this tap that then affects the water to my bathroom because it's the same intake pipe. I suspect it goes from somewhere in the outside wall across the back of this wall into my bathroom. It's been oily and greasy for about a day now, and this was not happening the day that the Inspectional Services inspector was here earlier this week. The water from this tap was fine, but over the last day and a half or so, it has suddenly become extremely oily, thick, greasy, and you know that it's not water when containers that you fill with it are much lighter in weight than they would be if it was water. So oil is a lot lighter than water, and you can tell the molecular consistency and composition of a substance by weighing it, right? Every molecule has a different molecular weight. Water molecules have a very different molecular weight than oil molecules. So when you weigh a bucket of something and you know the molecular weight of water, you can see if it's water, if it's something else, simply by multiplying, the molecular weight of the molecules times the volume of the container to see if that's exactly what you're getting, if you're getting something else. This is not water. It is oil with water mixed in it, and somebody is deliberately contaminating the water to this tap and to my bathroom tap and my shower with oil. And this is not happening in the bathroom down the hall. I just checked the bathroom down the hall. That water feels okay. It feels like normal water. It's not thick and greasy and slimy. Not really. It was a little bit slimy, but you can use it without being concerned for your safety or for what the hell is in it. Okay, so it's 1:30. Not too late. I have a ton of stuff I need to do today, and of course I'm always behind. So here we go again, calling the Greenville group to report problems with the tap water because they refuse to fix anything. This is like a massive lawsuit just waiting to happen. Really. And Inspectional Services keeps coming here and issuing citations against the Greenville group, and then Greenville says it's my fault? Hardly.
Our office hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please press 1. Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail for the front office.
Invalid input. Please try again.
After the tone, please leave a detailed message with your name and number so we may get back to you when we return.
Oh, interesting. Hi there. It's right around 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, August 4th, 2024.
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate.
What?
Our office hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Oh, that's interesting.
Invalid input. Please try again.
Somebody doesn't want me to leave a voicemail for the Greenville group.
Our office hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please press 1. Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail.
Invalid input. Please try again. No valid input detected.
Wow, that's interesting. Did you not see me pushing the number 2 repeatedly? And then it just kept going into a negative feedback loop about how 2 was not a valid input, but then it tells you to push the number 2. That's a hacker right there, folks. Jasmine Irizarry is a fixer for the Greenville group. She's a psychotic, obsessive stalker who's also a reported surveillance expert, hacker, and structural engineer, as she claims. Let's try this again. So basically, Jasmine Irizarry, who verifiably continues to make her presence known physically in this building, and according to her handler, Mr. Oleg Alexeyev, the property manager, she continues to be housed in this building by the Greenville group. He told me this a year ago. Irizarry continues to dox her own physical presence in the vacant premises of her former bathroom, located behind that wall, by making slamming and banging noises. Almost always when I try to use a toilet in my bathroom, or then she starts filling the entire bathroom with intense amounts of the same stink and smoke and stench that she's been filling my bathroom with since she moved into Unit 78 in 2013. That's the same person. That's not like some new person that's behaving like the old person. That's the previous resident, Jasmine Irizarry, right? She's also a hacker, as she says, and as Mr. Oleg Alexeyev keeps praising her talents as a super talented hacker who can get into anything, as he put it. All right, let's just call them.
Hello, you've reached the Greenville Real Estate Group. Our office hours are from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our office is currently closed. If this is an emergency, please press 1. Otherwise, press 2 to leave a voicemail. After the tone, please leave a detailed message with your name and number.
All right,
so
let's
we
try
may
this
get back
again.
to you when we return.
Hello, it is 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, August 4th, 2024. I'm calling from Unit 89 to report that even though Inspectional Services from the City of Boston issued multiple citations and code violation fines against the Greenville group several days ago for problems with the plumbing to my kitchen sink, the plumbing to my kitchen sink continues to cause severe functional issues with my ability to use the tap in this unit. And right now it is leaking all over the bottom of the sink cabinet. As I mentioned in dozens of prior emails over the last 6 months, there's some kind of a leak from that sink that is damaging the floorboards around that sink and that is causing water to accumulate underneath the wooden cabinet of the sink. And this has nothing to do with me or anything that I am or am not doing. A leak is independent of what I happen to be doing with the tap. The leak is not coming from the tap. It's actually coming from the pipes underneath the sink, which has nothing to do with me or my activities. This is something that's been going on for months. It was reported to Inspectional Services in March of 2022. And now we're in 2024, and Greenville has refused to fix the plumbing problems with my sink. At the same time, the water from that tap and the water from the bathroom tap in my unit, the bathroom, not the sink, the kitchen sink, is extremely oily, slimy, thick and greasy. Somebody is obviously adding something to the water to this unit, and I have to go down the hall to the common bathroom and use the water from the tap in the common bathroom that is not thick, oily, slimy, or greasy, and does not put a film of oil all over anything that I happen to try to rinse with it. Right now, I am unable to use the water from any of the taps in my bathroom or my kitchen because the water to this unit has suddenly become extremely thick, oily, and greasy over the last day and a half, and it prevents me from being able to use that water for anything at all, including cooking or drinking, or even just rinsing my hands. This is a serious health and safety issue. Greenville continues to permit Jasmine Irizarry, their psychopath, resident sex offender, and structural engineer, as she claims to be on social media. You permit her to contaminate the water to my taps and to my bathroom, and this must have some type of downstream side effect with respect to the rest of the water of this building. This is affecting not just my tap, but other taps in the building. Even though the tap of the bathroom down the hall seems to be fairly safe to use right now, it also has a slight greasy residue, which means that whatever Irizarry, the psychopath, is pumping into the water to my tap through the use of some type of a valve that was installed against my intake pipe in 2019 when I reported an extensive amount of plumbing work being done from the bathroom of 78 against my sink. Well, that is somehow affecting the rest of the building as well. It's not just happening in my unit. If you have any questions, you know my phone number. I am recording this voicemail for legal purposes. And as you know, contamination of the water supply is a severe local and federal crime that carries with it up to 20 years of imprisonment and a minimum fine of $55,000. And I will have the water tested, whether you choose to cooperate with me or not. And the $250 that it costs to have a panel test done for this water will be charged to the Greenville Group, and I will be taking you to court for it. Thank you. Yeah. They're so negligent and stupid and unresponsive that they will be charged for whatever cost of testing that water I happen to have to incur. And it's not cheap. A panel test costs at least $250. And then I'll take them to court because, you know, they're going to refuse to pay for it.